See these things over here? YouTube, man, what's up? Gonna wait for people to join in, man. And we are gonna just chop it up today. I'm live, babe. I'm just gonna wait for some people to join in. Where you guys at? What y'all doing on this Sunday? How do I see the chats? That's what I'm not sure of on this type of live. I've never really done one like this. So I'm trying to figure out how to see the chats. Babe, can you go ahead and chat on there? Let me see how I see it. Okay, I think I see it. What's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on? Is that you in here? I got one person in here. Oh, they got a whole bunch of stuff you can do in here. What's going on, y'all? How do I get rid of this? No, I see we got a couple of people in here now. I'm trying to get back to the chats, though. What's going on, you guys? What's up, man? Samuel, all right, y'all can hear me. Automotive, buddy, what's going on? What's up, sis? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's good? What's good? Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Decided to do a live today and kind of just be straight and direct with you guys and, talk, in person. You guys usually see the videos and the editing and things like that. So, G Fly, my guy, what's good, bro? Salute, my brother. Clarence, yo. And even before I get started with this whole live, man, I really just want to say thank you to all of you guys, man, that are even here today and that check me out, and stick with me throughout this this journey of me, doing trucking. So what's going on, man? We got Kansas in the building. And hey, let me know where you guys are from, man. Drop the city. Let us know where you guys are at. Yeah, let us know what's really going on out here. a lot is going on out here, man. So, and I'll probably just touch on a lot of that, a little bit of it based on my thoughts and what we're experiencing as well in the industry. We got New Jersey in the building, East Texas. What's up, Houston? Hey, Houston, where we at? Aldrich, all right, one time. Stanley, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, man? How are y'all doing, man? North Carolina, El Paso, Lubbock, Texas. What's up, Adrian from Texas? Kenya, okay. Currently in Minnesota. That's what's up, man. H-Town, right near Detroit, Brazil. What is good? That's the love right there, man. Y'all be showing love. Springtown, Texas, Las Vegas. I-Hall, what's going on, man? And, man, it's as a lot of you guys know that are in this, that are already doing this, know how it's been kind of rough out here for everybody. Austin, Texas, all right, that's what's up. New York, what up, bro, what up? Still in the hotel waiting on the truck. I hear that, Stanley, man. Hope they get that truck running for you soon. But like I said, man, I kind of just wanted to hop on here today, and I gotta give you guys more on YouTube, because I do a lot more on Instagram as far as like lives and just constant content throughout the week and throughout my daily. So I think things like this will be good, so I can also just connect more with you guys, because y'all be showing a lot of love when I drop these videos. It's just that sometimes, man, after editing and things like that, the break is definitely needed. And just to touch on that a little bit, I think you guys saw where I took a small little break away from YouTube, because I think it happened kind of after I figured out what was going on with my blood pressure and things like that when I went to redo my certificate. So it was almost like, man, I just need to kind of slow down a bit and really kind of just check myself and check everything that I was doing. So I think it was highly important for me to kind of step back and kind of just hit the brakes a little bit. And also, like I said, just take a look at the entire picture. A lot is going on in the industry right now. Things are pretty bad. And I think everybody is feeling it in a sense. I'm going to have a time for the questions, guys. What's going on, Croswell? Toggies, what's up? Just fell for the same reason. Yeah, man, it's happening a lot out here. And it's unfortunate. And a lot of it, to be honest, like a lot of people say if you're not prepared, it's the operator's fault. And I don't think that's so much the case. There's only so much that you can do and so much that people can withstand within this industry and actually just put up with. A lot of it is not fair to what we do as being the forefront, as us running the country, so to speak, whether you're in a semi or in a hotshot. I feel like we just don't get the respect that we deserve. And it is what it is. I'm kind of still new to the industry, so I'm getting a feel of how, it is. But it's just a part of, everything, every business, I think. But where was I at? Yeah, getting back to the whole blood pressure situation, like I said, that happened, and I felt like I kind of need to put some focus on my health. Because being inside of that truck, for me, before, when I first got my non-CDL set up, I was out here with 2 years on my certificate, no issues, no blood pressure problems. And then 2 years later, I'm getting told, hey, you got 3 months, and then you got to go to the doctor and do this. So I had to kind of just recheck myself. But besides that, I'm also just quickly gonna update you guys where I'm at with things, and that is we have a lot going on right now as far as just our operation, and we're just like a lot of people out here where we're still maneuvering and we're still learning and we're still figuring things out. But we're doing a lot, so we had to hit the brakes on a few things, whether it's this trucking business alone, the industry, being on the road, just running the whole operations. Social media is just another thing that we do. And then other things that we've done, you guys have seen that if you paid attention, we did a securement class out here in Texas, and we have another one coming up. That takes a lot of planning. That takes a lot of a mindset that you got to put yourself in that space. And I'm not here to really make excuses, but I got to tell y'all, it is what it is. Like, we are doing a few things. So we also got to get to a point where we are good in ourselves as far as us as a marriage or just us as individuals before, we take on too much. So we're in a phase in our business where we're expanding or we're growing, but we want to also be cautious of how we're doing things. I've talked about leasing on for a while now, but it's not something that we have rushed into. Indiana in the building was good. Appreciate y'all for being here. It's not something that we're rushing into. So we've had a ton of requests, a ton of inquiries, but we just haven't really matched up with anyone as of yet. And it's been a lot of new people. And also the way the industry has been has always also kind of had me hesitant with leasing people on. So there's just a lot of stuff that we're figuring out within our business and within our operations. And I know from the outside, people expect and people see and think, hey, why is this not going this way? Or why have you done this yet? People got to realize that this is not a race. It's not a race for us, and we're not in competition with anyone. So we definitely just going to move at our pace in any and everything that we do. I'm going to get to those questions. Chris, is it still good money in Hotshot? Definitely going to talk about things like that. And far as and I'll speak on our experience as well, because you guys already know, man, like, depending on many variables, what may be working for someone else may not work for someone else, the next person. But I'm not going to touch too long on what I've been saying, just us really, focusing or having to focus on the business, because the business alone of trucking is a lot. And, highly recommend people, if you're able to have a team, it's very much needed, and that's going to determine a lot of your success, out here, because one person doing every single thing is it's a lot. I know a lot of people do it, but you get burnt out real quickly. A lot of things fall through the cracks. You're missing certain renewal dates, and it just kind of piles up, and then you get to a point where it's just overwhelming. So having a team is definitely a plus, and it's a plus where I've been blessed to have my wife to be on board and handle the back office, so to speak. And that also, like I said, help with us being able to grow and things like that. But we're also at a point where we need help. You know what I'm saying? We can't do everything ourselves as far as running the business, doing social media, doing these events or, courses or whatever the case is. Like, we have to realize, like, yeah, we need to build a team. So we're kind of in that space where, salute my guy, Champ. I appreciate you, man. we're in a space where we are somewhat kind of building a team, because at the end of the day, man, my goal has always been, and for the people that's been here, since I started this channel, in this hotshot lane, my only goal and my intent with this platform is to, of course, inspire others, help others, just give a certain level of respect for what we do in a certain way. So you guys may see I try to carry myself in a certain way, in a certain manner, so that I have certain things in reach for me. I have certain opportunities being coming towards me and things like that. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention, like, and I'll talk on this a little bit. The partnership that we got with Happy Trailers has been nothing but a blessing, and a huge opportunity that we got with getting the new trailer. We were able to do the securement class, at a covered space, and it's just been a good relationship. So having a little bit of time to kind of focus on something that was new to us and figuring out things on that side of things as well, we had to focus on just that. Like even with the videos that we did with Happy Trailers. But going next into what I want to bring to you guys is, and a lot of people have seen where I think in my last year around November, I appreciate that, bro. I don't know why these comments go away, but I talked about switching gears on this channel. That switching gears on this channel is still a priority for me. However, it's not the number one priority right now. I think right now the number one priority is the structure of our business, our bread and butter, which is the trucking company. And of course, we have a few other things that we do to bring other revenues in to support, what we also are doing. But I wasn't able to jump in as fast as I wanted to into doing these other videos, as far as getting interviews and getting other people, on the channel, which is something I'm gonna do, which is something that is still coming. But I'm also a little particular in how I do things and how videos come out. So I kind of almost want it to be perfect. So that's also a little issue, but it's also a blessing in disguise as well. But I just want to let you guys know that's looking for that, man. That's definitely still coming on the channel. And I've always said the hotshot, the trucking side of things isn't going anywhere as long as we're in this industry. It's not definitely going on anywhere. And whatever I can put out, whatever I can do to still help other people out to flourish and grow within this industry, I'm gonna do that. So just want to say, man, those videos are coming, but like I said, I've asked for some patience on that, because I did say that was coming, but I also had to realize, man, I might have bit off more than I can chew at the same time with everything else that came flowing right after that. So appreciate y'all with that, man. Those videos are coming. The next thing I want to talk about is, like you guys may see in the title, is how has trucking been for us as a company? How have operations been for us? And I will start off saying this, like, we are no different than a lot of people in this industry. We go through tough times. We are going through tough times. Right now is a struggle for a lot of people out there. What we try to do is we try to ignore a lot of the noise and a lot of the things that are said, and just try to focus on what we can do to be better. What kind of solutions, how can we pivot to still be better in the industry, even when times are hard? Because in any industry, in any company, in anything that you do, even if it's a job, you are going to run into things that are going to be roadblocks. I personally think that it's how you decide to handle that really makes a difference. So for us, right now it's tough, man. Like, I haven't been running how I used to run. I used to be over the road 2-3 weeks, and some of that has been, I've had the flexibility with the new setup that I didn't have to run as hard. I didn't have to be out as much, because I was able to do different things with this setup. So definitely that's been a huge plus, having this CDL, being able to scale more weight, being able to take different types of equipment, just doing different things has allowed us to pivot and now kind of be a little bit more regional. Fuel prices have gone up like crazy. Expenses, everything has gone up, man. Everything you can think about buying has gone up due to inflation. You know, you want to buy eggs, it's gone up. You know, you buying food out on the road, like just almost like day by day, you know, you go to this store and it's like, man, I paid this yesterday. Now it's this price. Like, what's going on, you know? So a lot is being affected, and a lot of owner operators, a lot of people in this industry are just dropping out. And I don't blame a lot of them. Like, a lot of people would say, man, you wasn't built or you wasn't this. And I'm big on not staying in something if it's affecting your, you know, personal life. If it's affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe it's time to pivot into something else. So if that's what works best, so be it. I'm also big on telling a lot of people to do your research. I'm also big on putting your all into to this or whatever it is that you choose to do, because that tells a difference. And also reach out to people, man. Be a part of some type of community, because there's a lot of things that we don't know. You know, myself, my wife, there's a ton of things that we don't know, and we could have been stuck so many times if we didn't have people to reach out to and to kind of just give us certain gems when we needed them, you know? So that's another huge thing. But with rates being the way they are right now, because rates are bad, man. Rates are, if you're operating a lot on the load boards, you guys see it, man. A lot of places where you are at, you know, across the board, it's pretty bad. These brokers are taking advantage of a lot of what we're doing, and and catching on to this wave of just dropping, you know, putting loads on there for 85 cents, $1.25, and it's not just a few of them. It's a majority of them doing that. And I think we can all agree that, you know, the way supply chain has been, and the supply and demand, and just the whole chain of just freight movement itself, there's a lot happening. We follow a few channels, and you know, my wife keeps up a lot with like the freight waves, and kind of just keeps up to date with what is happening with you know, freight, because that's what we deal with. And it's bad, and for us, we just got to pivot, man. Like, we got to pivot, and we do not only solely depend on the truck. We don't only solely depend on things. And I also think that a lot of people, you know, and I could have probably made it clear when I started my channel, like, hey, look, man, this is trucking, or being in the truck is not something I'm trying to do forever. I'm not trying to retire in the truck, you know. So we're building multiple streams of income, so that when things like this happen, we're able to fall back, we're able to maneuver, we're able to do different things. So with where the market is right now, like I said before, I've been kind of staying regional. Thankfully, we've had a lot of relationships that we've been able to build, and be a little consistent with certain things, and being able to negotiate a little bit more based on the setup and based on how we're moving, and just, you know, cutting down in certain costs, you know. And I felt like being regional has allowed us to cut down in certain costs. We cut down on expenses, we cut down on things like fuel, you know, maintenance. And but again, there's times where I enjoy and I need to go out, because, you know, a lot of people that do local and regional, you know, it's a lot more work. You're starting, you're stopping, you're starting, you're stopping. An example was this past week. I took a load, I think it was on Thursday or Wednesday, up to OKC, and it was a pickup at 2 p.m. Of course, I didn't get loaded till 4. Agreed to dropping off at 7 or 8, or so. I was booking it. Then I took a load to come back home, and that just did something to my body that wasn't really smart. Like, I was super tired. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm over the road and I can run for a day, and I can run for, drive 700 miles, 500 miles, sometimes that works out a little bit better. But again, man, finding out what works for you and solely you, not based off of anybody else, is huge, man. Like, and I say this even with myself when people are watching my channel. Don't just take what, I may say, just because it may look like it might work for me. Take a look at what someone else is doing. Take a look and see what other people are doing, and see if that may match with your operation or what you're doing. So, but again, it's been tough. It's been a little discouraging, looking at, because we operate off of the boards a lot, we use the boards a lot. So we're not going to front or say, hey, we have all these relationships and this and that, because even with one truck, it's not that, for us, we haven't learned or figured out a way to get those contracts yet. We're working on it, but it's just not there yet. We're not putting anything out to make it seem like that way, but with the one truck, it just doesn't, we need the load boards. Now, another thing that I said that's been a plus is the setup, and pulling up to shippers, and me not really having to reach out to them and them saying, hey, this is a pretty nice setup, we were able to load pretty easily, let's exchange contacts. And for some people, for them, it might be better for them to work directly with the carrier or directly with a broker, so having both relationships with brokers, a handful of brokers, and some shippers, is what's going to really do you well as well, because a lot of the shippers want to only work with brokers. So let me see if I can get in and see some of these chats, man. I don't know what happened. Okay, here they go. I can kind of see him here. But yeah, man. Let me get to you guys, man. Again, and I see we have more of you guys in here, man. Checking in. I just want to say I appreciate you guys, like, coming to my channel, watching my videos, commenting. I try to get back to as many comments. It's really hard, but I really try to do. Wifey used to help, but she's so caught up she can't even help no more. But it's appreciated, man, and the loyalty that you guys show, and the love, and just the respect, it keeps me going, so I appreciate that. But let's jump into some of the questions, man, and let me see what some of you guys are saying. What are some of you guys dealing with out here, in the field? How have some of you guys pivoted and things like that? So let me scroll up a little bit, man. What's going on? You guys popping in, walking in motion. What's good, man? Definitely not a race. Respect your wife, Mila, so much. Thank you, Mila, for showing gratitude, support on what it looks like being a helpmate. Man, I appreciate that, man. She definitely tries, Sometimes I can say, like, I may put a lot of pressure on her, because it's like, babe, we need to be doing this, or babe, we need to be doing that. And sometimes I got to check myself, man, and be like, man, it's a lot. I can't really, do that. But it's definitely, appreciated. I thank you for saying, thank you to her, because it's definitely, so much weight off my shoulders with having her on the team. Could I lease on to your company, gain my experience, and eventually pivot off? Yes, we're offering the option to lease on, and we're gonna have a transitional program. So if you lease on and you complete your contract with us and you're looking to stay now, get your own authority, we're gonna help you do that. We're gonna walk you through the steps. We're gonna give you the what we have, so that you can also succeed. Now, we do require, a few things for leasing on, and we have everything on our website on MaccTransportandLogistics.com. We have been receiving so many requests, but we've realized that a lot of people that are starting that do want to lease on, they may not have their trailer, they may not have their MVR, they may not have their certificate, like a lot of things. So what we do ask is, please have those things, when you're filling these things out, and not really saying, hey, I'm going to get my trailer in a month or next week, because it puts us in a position where we're now putting a lot of time into something, and a lot of people aren't really, hearing, coming back, or, so we put a lot of time into things, and it's really not feasible. So we're kind of reaching out to the people that has everything, that's ready to run, ready to work, ready to really hustle, but also understand, like, where the market is at, because a lot of people have unrealistic expectations, based on how things were 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. So, and then what happens with that when you lease onto a company is you're expecting to make this amount because you've seen that's what people are doing, or you have an overhead that needs to meet that criteria. But realistically, a lot of people don't look at, hey, man, I'm just starting, I'm not really running that hard, or I don't know how to move quickly with my securement, or whatever the case is, tactical, what's going on, man? So just understand things and have a little bit of research. Of course, we're going to do a lot with giving our lease-ons, the knowledge as what we know. And again, we don't know it all, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still learning, trying to grow every day. But having that mindset goes a long way. Having all your tarps, having enough equipment as possible. Yeah, a lot of people, times are tough, so you got to keep your costs down. So you're coming in a little, with a little, less things. It makes it difficult for the carrier company to move you like you expect to get moved. Wow, Chris, hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that gift, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, so that's as far as the lease ons. That's where we're at, and we haven't leased anyone on yet. I don't. I also looked at it as if like it's not us. Again, we just haven't really found the right match, and we're very particular in the baby and what we have built. If you guys choose to go ahead and look at our MC or DOT or anything like that, you guys can go ahead and check right now, and you'll see how clean our record is. And that's not, I'm not bragging or I'm not boasting, but we try to carry ourselves with with a certain standard so that when opportunities come our way, we have more of a leverage to act on them. So that's kind of why, we're looking for certain experience. We're looking for certain things when going that route. But man, we got 93 people in here. That is lit. That's what's up, man. Y'all are here showing love. Appreciate you guys. But let's see what other questions we got here, man. Because honestly, y'all, I'm going to be here. I'm going to probably be here for another 20, 30 minutes. And try to get as much, questions answered. I know Wifey is in the chat also trying to help out with some of the questions. So let's see what we got going on, man. Hey, Mac, when I sign up new carrier package with carriers, I've noticed that they have additional websites that they want me to sign up for. Have you noticed that lately? Silverback, I am not sure at that because I don't handle that side. But, babe, if you are in the chat, can you answer that? Have you seen where these carriers or these brokers want you to do other things outside of already getting set up with their carrier package? I'm not sure, man. That's a good... And what we are noticing, I'll touch on this real quick. What we are noticing with some of these brokers is they're now requesting a little bit more. If you're a new carrier, they might be expecting you to have a certain amount of inspections before they give you a load. Some of them even want you to be already set up with them before they give you a load. So if anyone in here is kind of getting in the industry or just been starting out within the first 30, 60, 90 days, get set up with as much carry as you can while you have downtime, so that when you're on the road, you do have more of a leverage and not have to worry about waiting to do something. Because right now, as y'all know, man, loads on the boards, they go like this. The minute you blink, the minute you call your carrier to say, hey, are you okay with this load? Gone. Somebody took it for whatever rate they seen it posted for. And that has a lot to do with, driving things down, where people see the first thing on the load board. They're so desperate to get that load and to move that it's just like, you end up taking what you see on the board. And that affects a lot. So, but yeah, man, Wifey should be able to answer that, man. I'm not really sure what else they are requiring. Let's see what else we got, man. Let's see what else we got. Orlando checking in was good. How you doing, Mac? Alex here from Austin, Texas. Thanks for your help about 5 months ago. Alex, man, that's what's up, man. No doubt, man. Glad I was able to help. I don't fully recall, man. Remind me on that one, Alex. Austin, Texas. I can't remember, man, but I'm glad I was able to help out, man, in some type of way. Like, work for your company like you did. What's the requirements? It's kind of a lot to go over, Andrea, with the requirements. And we've been going back and forth, me and the wife, a little bit, where it's like, babe, we might have a little bit too many requirements, or we might be a little too strict, or this and that. But we're not really just hungry to just get anybody to get onto the authority, because our goal really isn't the money. Like, it's not like let's lease people on so we can make money. I feel like going that route just never steers things in the right direction when you're just looking solely at the money. Yeah, it's good, and it's a good way to scale, and it's a good way to have another stream of revenue coming in. But we also try to be a little bit particular so that at the end of the day, we're protecting certain things, man. Benny, what's going on, man? I see you too, bro. I see you too, man. Much respect to Benny as well, man. We've had a few differences in the past, and it's good that we still are able to communicate and have these conversations and support each other in a sense. But I gotta give homage where it's due, because at the beginning when I first started, Benny seeing some of the videos that I did, and we were on lives, and just the game that him and Pops gave was huge, for us when we started. So definitely shout out to Benny, man. Definitely shout out to him. Let's see what other comments we got going on. What else we got going on here, y'all? But yeah, man, appreciate y'all for being here again. Finally got the Hotshot running. Been 4 months with my own numbers, thanks to you. That's what's up, man. God bless to you and the family. Appreciate that, bro. And hope, I hope everything is going good for the business out there. As times are tough, but just definitely try to keep those expenses down. Keep up with your maintenance. A lot of these stuff that you see happening, breakdowns and different things happening, you'll see that it's just lack of maintenance. A lot of people aren't putting money away, or they just can't afford an oil change right now, so they're trying to just run it and make a little bit of money to go pay that. So definitely just think about those things for longevity, whether it's equipment or within your business. Inspections to start your company. What inspections are they needing, Mac? Well, when I mentioned that, what I was talking about was they just like to see that you have, some brokers want to say, hey, do you have they want to see an inspection, a past inspection on your authority before they give you a load. So if you want to, this is a gem I'll give you guys too. Since we got y'all on here, another way to do this is sometimes when you go into the scale house, ask for, and they're gonna give you an inspection and say they're doing a level 1. Try to get the most in-depth inspection that they can possibly give you. You can ask for those things. And then what you do with that is when you pass those inspections, you go ahead and report that to your insurance. When you report that and you keep it consistent, that helps you in the long run, versus with your rates and things like that. So that's just like a quick thing. I need to be doing that more myself, but man, a lot of us has really kind of been on the go. They haven't really been pulling me in, so I just keep going. But yeah, that's another tip, man. Like if you guys are out there, don't hesitate to ask, for the level 1 inspection. Victory lap, what's going on, man? Market always goes up and down. Just stay consistent. That is a fact, man. That is a fact. What's going on, folks? Stanley, pivoting is important. Chris Taylor says, so in other words, I shouldn't buy this one. No, I wouldn't suggest, I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what not to do. But if it were me, I would not be buying a $100,000 truck with the way the market is right now. I just wouldn't do it. It doesn't matter what type of truck it is. I don't think that would make any sense. If you have that type of capital, I don't know if you're financing or what your situation is, but if this is your only route and you've already put a lot of time into getting into the industry, then maybe just get a used truck, a truck that's a little bit older, so that you have that lesser overhead. It's definitely gonna, in the long run, gonna be beneficial. One, you'll have a lesser amount of value that you have on the truck, so now you're reporting less to that insurance. And that payment, man, depending on how much you're putting down or however you're doing that for your business, that's just going to increase your overhead, your monthly overhead, your fixed, overhead, your fixed bills that are not a $100,000 truck right now. Let me get up here, man. I'm gonna try to get to as many comments as possible today. How did you get into oversized loads? Jordan says, doing non-CDL. I'm running my own and really would like to get into oversized loads. So oversized loads are available for anyone, whether you're CDL, whether you're non-CDL. All you're doing is you're still staying in your same weight restrictions as you do, operating under 26,001 for non-CDL. And then when you're CDL, the same thing. The only thing you're doing is getting those permits for the dimensions. If you are over dimensional, whether in width, height, length, whatever it is, you're either going to have to find someone to do your permits, or you're going to either have to hire a permitting company. And I recommend doing that in the beginning, as far as starting out. And then if you have someone, a dispatcher, that can do them for you. Real quick, I will say that, myself and my wife, we did a masterclass on oversized loads. So if that's something that you're thinking about doing, it's only $100 on our website, where you are going to learn everything that we know and how we do oversized loads. And for us, oversized loads were something that really allowed us to pivot and do different things, like niche ourselves out, to be able to stay away from some of these rates that are out there. Yes, the risk is higher, but yeah, it's a replay of the masterclass that we did, and we have priced it at that point because I'm gonna tell you guys, like, over the course of time of what we've done, I've literally seen the amount of effort, the amount of time that goes into learning this lane and this niche of oversized loads. The wife has put a ton of time. Like, I can't even exaggerate this enough. There are so many resources that she is giving out within this, this masterclass, that it's just, I mean, even the price that it is right now is probably, we're probably undervaluing ourselves, but we know where the market is and we know how things are tough. But I think people, and that's another thing I'll touch on real quick. I think people do understand, like, and I think that we as truckers or business owners or whatever it is need to understand that it is okay to pay for something that you need. And it's okay to charge for something that you provide. We got to get out of this mentality where, oh no, this person is charging this for that, or this person is charging this for that. If you've been had a bad experience with something that you paid for, you didn't get a good experience, you go somewhere else. Like, we do this every day, man. We do this every day. We go everywhere. We buy this, we buy that, we talk about it. But when it comes to what we're doing here, I get it. It's a little bit more strenuous on people where, hey, I thought we were trying to help, but you guys a lot of people have to understand that a lot of time and effort is put into this. So if we're going to provide something that is going to help you excel in your business or do more or whatever it is, I mean, come on, man, the time is put into that. So, but I just wanted to say that real quick because I was talking about that oversized low class. You definitely have to choose, you got to choose your battles. But yeah, let's get back to the questions, man. Let's get back to the questions, y'all. I'm loving it, man. I think I got to do this more, man. I definitely got to do. Let me know. Hey, drop a fire if we got to do these lives more on YouTube. Hey, what y'all talking about, man? Hey, Benny said, it's the growth. We both have grown tremendously. That makes the journey fun. I'm grateful we both can look in the past and laugh, smile, and continue to turn our wheels forward. Others aren't as fortunate. That is a fact, bro. That's a huge fact, man. And as everything else, like, we also have to realize, we're all just learning, man. We're all on our own path, learning, figuring out how to pivot in these certain ways and do things differently. A lot of this is new for a lot of us. So, with that being said, we definitely have both grown a lot, and Benny, y'all see what Benny is doing. You gotta follow Benny and the trucks and the semis and just everything that they got going on is just crazy. But yeah, man, let's jump back to some of these questions, man. Y'all going crazy in the comments. No, I'm a cash buyer, but just want to know if it's a good investment. Okay, Chris, I see your thing here now, back on that message. Even though it's cash, I would probably rather reserve more of that cash and have a little bit more reserve and versus dumping that much into the truck. Yeah, it's good. You won't have the payment, but sometimes buying cash is not always the best thing to do. Like, you might want to build some of that credit if you have it there. But again, totally up to you and totally what makes sense for you at the end of the day, because if you go that might work for you, that might work for you, but definitely good questions. And I hope I can help out in any way. And again, I never went that route, so it's hard to really say what to and what not to do. All right, let's see what else we got, man. Good tip, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Victory. Everyone show love and hit that like button. It goes to cost anything. Yo, appreciate that, Kelvin. That's a fact. If he's still in here, man. Definitely. Both of you guys have progressed a lot. Yes, sir. Is there good outfits to attach to from the Portland, Oregon area? Does having a twig help? I'm not really sure what that means, Matthew. You said, is there good outfits to attach to from the Portland, Oregon area? I'm not sure if you're talking about lanes or I'm not sure of that terminology, but having a twig does help. If you can get your twig, man, it's just like having, an extra certificate, an extra opportunity that you may have when you may need it. It only costs $100 and something. Some people may not have the opportunity to get it because certain background or certain things on their records and things. But if you can, man, get that TWIC. I've used mine a couple of times, so definitely. Gary, what's going on, brother? Hey, Gary, man, shout out to you, man. _lab. I've been seeing you, bro. You've been definitely supporting, and if I haven't been able to reach back out, man, you know how it is already, man. But let's see here. What's the absolute minimum experience you guys are looking for to lease on? Flatbed experience, dry van, willing to learn. Man, the absolute minimum. We have on there, we want at least 6 months to a year, but depending on what you've done in the past, it doesn't have to be Hotshot. There are things that we can do to kind of work around things, and of course, we will do some things to get experience, within ourselves, whether we are riding together or doing some type of securement or whatever the case is. But we definitely want you. We definitely want someone that has an idea of combination and how to operate combination. There's people that's never towed any type of trailer before, bumper pull or whatever it is, and something like that. I don't think we would lease on if they just never have driven a truck. Some people never even driven a pickup truck. So experience like that is not something that we're really looking to take on, because it's a higher liability. It's going to take more time on the company, and it's just a little bit more strain for us. And we're just two people right now. We do have a virtual assistant, but that's not really for that side of things. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a lot of them, man. So bear with me, y'all. Are you using the EasyPass version to pass weigh stations, and how does that affect the amount of DOT inspections? I have never used them, Chris. I don't have EasyPass, and that's something that we do need to get because it does save time. But yeah, it's a good thing to have, and what it's gonna do is it definitely, like, I think a mile ahead or so, it will tell you whether you need to pull into that weigh station or if you get the bypass. Me, I've just been pulling in since day one to every weigh station. Probably not the best thing to do. I'm not going front. I've passed a couple, at some point. We all have, I think. And you looking back, like you checking the mirrors for about a mile, 2 or 3 miles ahead to make sure ain't nobody coming. But I need to get that, bro, because it definitely saved times. But it does. You're missing out on inspections if that's something that you're trying to get, because you're always bypassing. I've seen where I've been pulled in, and you guys see the weigh in motion sometimes. If you guys are out there on the road, the weigh in motion, it'll tell you truck must exit to weigh station or truck can continue. I've gotten to where it says truck must enter into the weigh station, and when you get in there, you get the green light. And that's because they got all these cameras and scales and all this thing to kind of look at your numbers and things like that. So, but yeah, no problem, bro. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? We got 80 people there. Yo, this has been kind of fun, man. I'm not going to lie. Now, these brokers trying to stay firm with the posted rate, even when negotiating. What's your take on that? We just don't take them, bro. And that's another thing that we have been, unfortunately, has been, I haven't really been on the road as much. These past 3 weeks, I've been going out 3 days out of the week. I find myself back home. I go out maybe a couple of days. Wife is like, "Babe, you got to get out there," and it's made things tougher. It's made things tougher for us because we still have these expenses. But I'm really firm on trying to stay. I do not take these rates for $1.50, $1.80, $1.90 for 13, 14, 15,000 pounds, and it's 12, 15 feet or whatever the case is. It just doesn't make sense. And I look at it like this, like, yeah, I can take it because I got to keep moving, but I'm not making any money, man. Like my time, my maintenance, the wear and tear on my truck, like I'm doing that run for that rate that just is on the board, but I'm not making any money. The company is barely even making any money. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes it don't make sense to even take those loads. Sometimes it's better for you to sit. Sometimes it's better for you to say, "Hey, are there any vehicles where I can get these vehicles at $1.20, $1.10, $1 a mile, and get a couple of them on your vehicle to get you moving?" So also just, being careful where your dispatcher is placing you. If you are a carrier and you've hired a third-party dispatch, don't depend on that dispatch company to get you in good places. Do your research, see where the good lanes are, see where to place your truck, and then you can tell them, "Hey, no, like this is not an area that we're going to." And I've always said it. What works for somebody else don't work for the next person. But if you feel like you've had a bad experience here, don't go back. You know, places that we do not go to. Fritz, what is going on, bro? My guy. I appreciate you, Fritz. You know, for real, Fritz, man, from day one, you know, supported, gave game, and I like Fritz. Fritz, you do it the way where it's a little bit like, you know what I'm saying, like a little rough, but we need that, bro. We need that harsh, you know, shit sometimes where you telling, hey, bro, this is not how you do it or such and such. But appreciate you, bro, for being here. But yeah, back on that, you know, knowing where to place your truck is gonna determine a lot. And I know a lot of us are like, man, we gotta run, we gotta run, we gotta run. But places we don't place our truck for these reasons are Arizona, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, East Dakota. We try to stay in the Midwest, Southeast region. But again, these are just the lanes that we are familiar with. We know kind of what works, what we want to do, where we want to put the truck. Do we want to strain the truck in the mountains? Do we want to take certain risks? Again, like a lot of people are different, but that's just for us. Like those are places that, you know, babe, we're not going over here, and she knows. We've tried the different things, and we you ain't got to call out the Dakotas like that. Nah, hey, I'm gonna get to you, but I tell wifey like, hey, let's just be careful where we go. But nah, bro, Dakotas, man, I love the vibe, I love the views, I love the feel out, just everything kind of laid back and open. But bro, we've had a few struggles out there where, man, ain't nothing to come out of there with. You know, we go in there good, but you know, coming out, it's been kind of rough. But a lot of y'all know how it is, man. If you guys have been out there and shit, RJ. Let me see what else we got. Let me see what else we got, man. And I appreciate the interaction, you guys. It definitely helps with this going, man. I definitely appreciate it. Hey, Mac, I see most truckers with Ram pickups. Why is that? I think preference, you know, a lot of guys and experience, you know, and you know, I see a lot of both, but I do see a majority of Rams. I feel like Rams are, I think, a little bit more cost effective, a little bit more cheaper maybe for some. So that's probably why you see a majority of them being Rams. I think Fords are a little bit more pricey when it comes to price. Possibly, I haven't done like a full research and a full comparison on that in the past, but there you go. Someone says I9 says Ram is easy to work on. So a lot of different variables for me. All I knew was Rams. When I started, I started with a Ram 1500 traveling with our RV around the country. I think we put like 80,000 miles minimum, you know, maintenance. I had the RF, what is it? I forgot the tranny, man. I forgot it, man. RF something. But I had no issues with that truck, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay with Ram, you know. And then I got the 2500 for non-CDL, and I got that not even thinking about doing Hotshot. That truck gave me no problems, you know. That truck really didn't give me no problems. And now I have this truck, you know, knock on wood. We haven't had, to me, it's just the experience and preference as well. I like how the Ram looks. I like how it feels. I like the one thing I do like about them is the engine brake. You know, I feel like they're really good. But yeah, man, I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Let's move to the next question. I just got a text that I kind of like. There you go, 68 RFE, man. Thanks for the reminder, man. I got that in the 2500. But let's see what else we got, y'all. We got about another 12, 15 minutes on here, man. And I'm going to wrap it up, man. Wifey just got back into town today, so we definitely got to spend some time. And I got to get prepared to get back on the road tomorrow. So if you guys aren't following me, man, I know a lot of people are different. You know, they do certain platforms, but a lot of what I do and keeping up with a lot is on Instagram. So follow me at Hotshot Mac, man, on Instagram if you guys want to just see more daily activity of what we do. Let's see what else I can get to in these comments, man. Two of my favorite channels. Keep grinding, guys. The inspiration you guys deliver is tremendous. Mac and Benny. Jonathan, I appreciate that, and that is a fact, man. And again, bro, that's what we do it for. I know that's what I came in to do it for. I know that's why Benny was on YouTube. It's exciting. It's fun. It helps us being on the road as well for me to be sane and, you know, picking up the camera and actually doing something because it gets lonely out there. So when I'm on that camera, I feel like, yo, I'm talking about people on YouTube, you know? So it helps me out. And I know that I'm sending, whether it's 1, 10, 20, 100,000 people, that there's something I might have said in this video within that 50 minutes that someone can take away. So that's kind of what I get away from it, man. It's a satisfaction with that too, just being able to help. Let's see what we got, man. Let me see what we got with some questions, y'all. No, OT strict at all. Keep that standard. Yep, that's a fact, bro. All right, I think we got through some of those. Everyone show love. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Andreas, I'm trying to figure out what that was for, man. Wagwan, Andreas. Hey, listen, my pots ain't even all there, bro. I be trying. You know, I got the accent still there, but born and raised, man. Moved up here when I was 10 years old, out of Kingston. You based out of Texas? If so, can we link up? I need a trailer for a week, and definitely would love to share me and my wife's experience doing this or our own instead of leasing on. Cole, I'm looking at your message now. You gotta stay high. Mofos that shoot low are mostly PBS, and for us, it's hard as self-owners to fight the P. Yeah, facts, bro, facts. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is with something like that, like, cause there's a lot of people out here in Texas. I want to put like a little event together, you know, something if time permits. But I want to do something where we can kind of connect more in person, and we can really start doing something that's impactful, for the community. Video, social media is good, but there's nothing like being in person. I can't promise and say, hey man, we can link up in person, like kind of a one-on-one type deal, because that is kind of hard to just do at this point, because there's just so much going on, and I have to kind of be careful, with things. But yeah, man, RJ, you plan on making shirts or stickers? Yeah, man, and listen, bro, we have shirts, we have merch, but and I have links on my channel here on YouTube. I just haven't spoken. I'm glad you asked that, RJ. I haven't spoken much on it because I haven't really been able to present it to you guys as I wanted to. I want to put meaning behind things. I don't want to just try to sell something without saying why we're doing it. But yes, I do have, right now, we do have Macc Media TV merch, and we got a few other things. Relentless Pursuit Mindset, which is our other kind of slogan that we go by. But I want to put some meaning behind that so you guys can stand on it and really, not just, get something or wear something just because we're selling. I wanted to have some type of connection with you guys, and something that you guys stand on for yourself, for your operation, your family, whatever the case is. But yeah, we do have some stickers and some things, and that's a good reminder. We need to get on that, man. I need to really get on that and share it, because a lot of the supporters have been asking, and it's just another thing to think about and do, so let's say, hey, iHaul just said, whoever said they need a trailer for a week, hit me up. I'm in Texas and have a 40-foot trailer. I think, Chris, that was you, man. So reach out to iHaul LLC. iHaul, how can they reach out to you, man? Do you have any type of platform, or can they subscribe, message you on YouTube? Like, how can they reach out to you for that? Let's see. You can, all right. How much did you pay for your custom trailer? All right, so how much did I pay? I'm gonna do a video on that, man. How much I paid? I don't think I'm even gonna really disclose that, because it's not really, really the business of others. But I'll tell you what the trailer cost. The trailer cost probably close to 49, I think. But if you guys are, I'll tell you guys that I did a partnership with Happy Trailer Sales, so you guys got to know that, hey, I'm doing videos, sharing their business. So of course there's something I have to get for that, and putting in work and doing videos. So just understand that I didn't pay the price that it was, but I'm not gonna really sit here and say, hey guys, I paid this amount for the trailer, because just know, like, thankfully, and by the grace of God, and just being, for the hard work that we put in, thankfully we do not have a payment on the trailer, so that helps tremendously with keeping certain overhead down. But I'm gonna do a video pretty much on the trailer, give it an update. How's the trailer been? Is there anything going on with the trailer? Just a review and kind of breaking down some of the different things on what it costs, say for the dovetail or the rant. What am I talking about? The jacks and just different features on there, and kind of put so people have an idea of what does something like that come up to. And also hit up these guys, man. Hit up these guys if you want to call. Hit up Leroy over at Happy Trailer Sales, and they can break something down for you. $500 off with Macc 500. That's still gonna be going. You plan, all right, we saw that. How can I get on Hotshot Company? Hey, Christian, I'm not sure if you hear. I'll answer that real quick. It just depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to do. And it depends on that, but it also depends on, bro, just starting. Starting means you can go a few different ways. You can drive for another company, meaning you don't need any type of equipment, hop in someone else's truck, get some experience, and then venture out whether to lease on or get your own authority. The next way is to lease on to another company, authority that has numbers, and you're running your truck and trailer under their numbers. They take a percentage, they give you a percentage. You do that by having a truck, a trailer, your medical certificate, your MVR experience, your securement items, and just you coming to them and saying, hey, I have this type of experience and working on an agreement, and then you get rolling. That's one way. Or you go the route of starting your own company, your LLC, your EIN, your Dun and Brad's, and your authority, MC, DOT, Box 3, all these different things. You can go that route. I recommend, if you're a one-man person getting into this, go leased on before jumping that route and really seeing what it really takes, because it takes a lot. To go that route. But there's a few different ways, man. Just continue to do some more research. Look at your overhead. Look at your capital, what money you have to, leave saved up. Right now, try to at least have, man, 10 to 20,000, like, after you get in, and it's not so much heavily on that reserve too. Like, you can have the reserve, but then if that truck or that truck breaks down and it's warranty and you're waiting 3 months, 4 months, I know guys waiting 6 months. What are you doing at that point? Just dishing out your reserves to keep the company afloat. So you got to think about all of those things that can happen, possibly. So just think about those things in the way and the way the market is right now, which is pretty bad. You can take a ramp to any Love shop because of the Cummins engine. I don't know. I've never had Love's, try to do anything on these trucks, man. If you have, I don't know. But definitely Ison. Tactical, I see, bro. Ison. Shout out to you for getting back out there, man. Getting your truck back up. Ford, you can't even fit a socket. Ram has so much space. Damn, that's crazy. What trailer band is good to start with? And I don't understand why people are fine with deadhead 500 miles or more if taking load for $1 a mile. Automotive imposter. A trailer right now that's good to start with is going to be one that you can afford. However, do research on it to make sure that it's a good build. A good trailer right now is going to be I'm going to say PJ Trailers, Diamond C, Big Tex, Max D, Load Trail. There's a ton of trailers, and you'll see a lot of people saying things differently about all these different trailer brands. I think they're all going to come with something. I think we understand that Hotshot kind of like took off, through the whole pandemic and, shortly after. And there was, these companies saw that, and what are they going to do? They're going to take advantage. They're going to push these trailers out to get them sold because so many people are getting in and placing orders and this and this and that. So, of course, the level of quality is going to go down when that is happening, when things are starting to be mass produced. So understand that, hey, things happen. But, but that's also having the knowledge and knowing that, hey, I understand what's going on with the market, so I can't really, I may not get the quality that I need, but if that's the case, you making sure that's being taken care of. Doing your pre-trips, if you want to do post-trips, go ahead. We don't really have to do it in a Hotshot, but if that's you and you shut down for the night, you walk around, check everything, and do a post-trip, then go ahead. But again, guys, a lot of it is maintenance, even on the trailers. If you have a Big Tex or a PJ, there may be a guy with a Big Tex that has no problems and they've been running hard and no issues, whereas the guy with the PJ might have, and then vice versa. Same thing with Diamond C, PJ. There's always this thing of, oh, this trailer is better, this trailer is better. I get it, man. Of course, you pay for what you get, but not all the time everybody can start up here. You get what I'm saying? And you know, with a lot of where a lot of us come from, you know, we don't have it all, you know, to come out here strong and heavy. So start where you can start at. You know, look around at different trailers, pay close attention, start talking to people, and then kind of go off of that. But people deadhead 500 miles because the Lord might be paying them to deadhead 500 miles. But if it's paying $1 a mile, of course it makes no sense. If they keep doing that, they're just going to put themselves out of business. So I've kind of stopped worrying about, you know, people, what people are doing and what rates they're taking. I'm just going to stand for myself and say, hey, I'm not taking it, because people are going to do what they want to do regardless. You know, it's gonna work its way out at some points. It affects, you know, everyone, but again, there's this thing where a lot of people have a lower overhead than others, so they're able to take a lower rate. One thing I want to talk to y'all about too is mindset. A lot of things that we do, and my guy, you know, Boss Man Bone, Triple T Trucking, always says and reminds me, like, this is 90% mental. You know, what we do, our mental is like top priority. So if we're thinking of just the money side of things and thinking the equipment and leaving our mind behind, you know, we're gonna crash. You know, so definitely developing your mind, keeping yourself around a support system. You know, if it may not be a wife, it may not be a girlfriend, but you may have parents, you may have family members, you may have friends that, you know, are supporting you and helping you through those tough times. Like being out on the road, like it can get tough, it can get lonely. You know, you might have been going through something. You lost a loved one. You weren't able to be there for a birthday. You weren't able to be. That's tough, bro. I still can't imagine how people do this with kids. Like, you know, being away sometimes it's really hard. It's definitely, you know, the sacrifice that we are making, but make those sacrifices to have a bigger cause later on, so you can be back with those people you love, like, you know, for time. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, let's see, man. I'm gonna answer a few more, guys. It's been over an hour, so I'm gonna have to get off of here soon. But I think I'm definitely gonna do this more often. I appreciate y'all that dropped the hearts earlier. That was like, yeah, we should do this a little bit more often, because I think it allows a lot more to come out, you know, in the spur of the moment. You know, you guys are asking the questions. Sometimes it's hard to get to them after the videos and just everything else. So this is definitely a good way to, you know, keep things going. I've been chasing you around the country for over a year and still haven't caught you. Stanley, yo, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to run into. I gotta reach out to you, bro. Nah, for real. And I think I saw you that one time, but I think you said you switched trucks. But yeah, man, I think what's gonna solve a lot of that, because I want to meet a lot of you guys too. Like, you know, I got a lot of times where people want to meet up with me, bro. It's been so good to meet up with other guys out here doing this and just relate, you know, chop it up and you know, share different struggles and share different successes. And you know, I may learn something from guys out here on the road, and you know, they might have been in this longer than me or even shorter, but they might know something I may not. So I enjoy running into people. Planning it is the hard part, you know. Planning it is the hard part to get up with people. Blake, much respect, man. Rex out of Indiana. Do you recommend just starting a hotshot business for someone with a full-time job as a young lawyer? Just exploring alternate income avenues. I don't knock that, Isaac, you know, but if it's the time right now, like, it's all gonna be dependent on the numbers. Is it possible? Hell yeah. You know, if you have the right system in place, you know, and you're looking for this as an investment. The thing with trucking is, though, like, it's so, like, you know, up and down. You know, you got drivers that are up and down. You got your rates that are up and down. You got everything that's up and down, because that's just how, you know, this industry is. So you have to be aware that, you know, things are kind of going to be shaky from time to time. So just keep aware of that. You know, if you're making that investment and you're looking into trucking, you got drivers that will just leave the truck, you know, where it's at, you know, at times. The trucks are going to break down. A lot of things are against you. So I wouldn't knock it, but just keep those things in mind when investing into something like this. I'm in Ohio and I am starting as a non-seat. On my setup is 2019 Ram 3500 dually and a 2023 trailer 35 with slide out Rams Pedro. That's what's up, bro. the only thing I see, I just started. Okay, I see another comment. I just started my business this year. I invested a total of 15,266 down payment paperwork. Do you think that startup? That's not a bad startup at all, Pedro. I started, I think, with a little bit over 14 at the time, and I was leased on. I didn't even start with my own authority, so that's not bad. At a time like this, but you already know, man. You should by now you should already know what you're getting into as far as where the rates are and where the market is. So definitely stay hustling, stay out there. You're gonna have to grind in these times, and you're gonna have a lot of brokers that don't want to work with you because your authority is new. So when that happens and you get, oh no, your authority is too new, hang up, boop, call the next one. Hang up, call the next one, call the next one, and then get set up with these brokers that work with new authorities. But don't think that just because you're a new authority that you got to take these rates. Like that's not a thing. Just because you're a new authority doesn't necessarily mean, all right, I got to settle for this rate. No, you can still fight for that rate that you need to operate. I'm gonna answer just a few y'all, and I gotta get out of here, man. It's been an hour. All right, let's see. How do you negotiate the price for the loads if you get? Like, what's the things to keep in mind? Things to keep in mind is what you're offering. What value are you offering? What do you have on your trailer that is being used or that's being, what special do you have? You can use that avenue. Do you have a winch? Do you have ramps? Do you have, a clean record? Do you have any violations? You can use all of those things to your advantage when talking to these brokers and saying, hey, I need such and such because such and such. If they need you to tarp, if there's anything, if they're tracking you, if they're whatever it is, get into the mindset of just always asking for more, but let them know, like, hey man, I've got to go through this to get your load here. I've got to go through mountains. I got to go through weather. I got to go through, I'm away from I'm away from my family. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, let's work something out where we both can win and we both can be happy at the end of the day. So it's just coming up with those little things. I don't do a lot of negotiating because I don't dispatch. Of course, I'm on the boards because I'm helping out the wife for myself. And, she's, again, doing a ton. So I'm on the boards and I'm calling, brokers. But the majority of the time, that's I'm not really doing that. But if you guys checked out that other video with that broker that tried to, switch up the load on us and say, hey, the round trip was canceled. Take it back for either 200 or take it here for this rate. Don't be afraid to be professional, be firm, but let these guys know, like, hey, man, I'm doing y'all a favor. Let's not get this twisted here. You need a product moved, you need freight moved. I'm the one moving that for you. I'm the one taking this risk. You're at home, wherever you at. I'm the one out here risking my life for this. So you're not going to really just play with me like as if what I'm doing has no value or no importance, if that make any sense. So you need to build a good team around you. Facts. Yeah, you've been cool, man. One day it'll happen. Stay safe and grinding. Appreciate that, Stanley. Most def. Shout out to my girl and my daughter, man. They have been there for me, and thank God for our second job. Jay, that is what's up, man. That's definitely needed. Glad to hear it. Keep hustling, man. Keep grinding out there, y'all. Keep staying positive. Stay away from staying in that negative. Oh, this is this way. Oh, this is this way. Start talking about how can we change this. Start talking about solutions. We always talk about, man, this is this way or the rates are this. Fuck, how can we talk about how we can make this better? Even if you don't have someone to talk about that with, talk with yourself and say, all right, what can I do to make something different with all of this? What can I say different to this broker? What can I deny? What can I change? How can I move differently to make something, possibly a little bit better, instead of focusing on, man, the rates are this, or this broker did this, or this and this and that, bro. Because your mental end up getting really fucked up if you stay on that kind of mindset, and then you just become miserable doing this. You become miserable doing this. You don't want to be out there. You go home, you arguing with your wife or your girl or whoever it is. Like, you tend to bring that home. I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done it where I put a lot on the person that's closest to me because I'm frustrated with whatever it is, the business or, so just being mindful of those things goes a long way. And I feel like having that mindset is going to not only help yourself out, but it's going to help out our community. It's going to help out others to see more light, at the end of the tunnel during tough times like this. But yeah, man, like I said, you guys, keep going. If you got to switch gears, if you got to step back out of the game for a bit, do so. If you have something else, if you have another opportunity, don't get too caught up in, man, I can't be seen where I started this and I don't finish this. Yeah, I get that, bro. Like, no quitting. But also keep in mind that just because you're leaving this one thing to do something else for yourself, or a goal for you to do something for yourself, that doesn't necessarily mean you're quitting. I'm gonna say that again real quick. So, and I talk about this a lot too, like, no, we're not quitting. We have been doing things for as far as we can remember. Whether we were working a job, we know we had a goal that we're still working towards. But we have not quit on ourselves where we just give up and we're just going to go back to doing the norm, or we're just going to go back. No, we're still fighting. So what I'm saying is, don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. Don't quit on your goals just because one thing might not be working, if that make any sense. Keep grinding. Step back. You may have to do something that may feel a little bit like uncomfortable. Do so for the time being. And then, when things get better, you come back harder. But yeah, y'all, I appreciate you guys for being here. We've been on here for 70 minutes. A lot of y'all been on here. I really didn't expect this turnout because I haven't done a lot of lives in the past, and this one coming in kind of hard. But yeah, man, once again, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys were able to take something away from this live. Hotshot Jimmy in the house. H-Town, what's going on, my brother? I think something out here is coming soon in Houston, man. We're going to do some type of meetup. I've been talking about that for a while, but we need to make that, really something. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about something. We do have another securement class coming up in April 29th. And it's also a securement class and a networking event. We had such a good time. There were people there that didn't necessarily even need to learn securement. We were learning things, but they were there for the network. They were there for the community. They were there to learn different things that they may not have known. So we're having that again. It's on our website. I'm going to be dropping actually the official video of the class, probably next week, sometime this week, just so that you guys can actually see what went down and see how authentic and how what we're trying to do is for everyone out here in the community, if it's something that they want or need. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. I think somebody said something about taxes. My brother, keep up the good work. Appreciate that, Nelson. Ain't nothing else to do in ND but drink and watch lies. Yeah, I hear that. But it's based on the same individual tax bracket, or is it different for business? 209 boss, but I'm not sure what question that is. Let me see. How much do you put aside for taxes, or how do you gauge that? I think that I'm not really a tax, professional or CPA, but I think we put that's something my wife may have to answer, because I know I get paid by a check, so the taxes and all of that stuff I don't look at too much, but that's important to be putting your taxes aside, every time you get paid. So, but yeah, y'all, appreciate you guys once again. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. And if I didn't get to your questions, I apologize. I tried to answer as much questions as I can in the comments. I appreciate a lot of people that were even helping and answering other comments. That's also engaging. That's also dope, because again, there are also people on here that have experience and that can give someone else something else. So appreciate you guys. Much love. Keep grinding. Stay positive out there. Stay strong. And tell your loved ones you love them, man. And that you coming home soon if you out there. Not for real. Now I got to go get ready to leave at about 4 a.m. And wifey just come back. So I'm like dreading that. I ain't even trying to do that. But it has to be done. Y'all, I'm out of here. This was a good live. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Peace. Much love. Macc Media TV. We are out. All right, y'all. Later.